Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adib Haris bin Azhar, number metric AA231009. Today I will explain about the theory of IZOT impact test. Firstly, the IZOT impact test is a standard test method used to measure the impact resistance of material. It is generally designed to test the toughness or energy absorption of material, which is a critical properties in many engineering applications. The purpose of IZOT impact test is to measure a material's ability to absorb energy during high-speed impact. After that, to determine the condition under which a material will fail when exposed to a sudden force. This test uses a notch specimen to concentrate stress and induce cracking at a specific point. After that, the specimen is mounted vertically in a clamp with the notch facing the hammer. Then the pendulum hammer is released from a knob head, striking the specimen just above the notch. Then, energy absorbed by the specimen during fracture is calculated based on the swing of the pendulum after the impact. Thank you. Okay, we continue for the apparatus for IZOT impact test. Firstly, the pendulum hammer, which is a weight pendulum that hits the specimen to use impact force. The potential energy of the pendulum is known and calibrated. Second, specimen clamp, which is a tool to securely hold the specimen test in a vertical position. The specimen is clamped at one end, leaving the notch and free to be struck by the pendulum. The next, a notch specimen, which is a sample of the material to be tested. It is usually a rectangular bar with a V shape or U shape notch. Lastly, an enclosure, which is a safety feature to protect the operator from the specimen debris that may be removed during testing.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Adam Fahmi bin Muhammad Zaini. My metric number is AA231921. Today, I would like to explain about impact test observation that we have conducted. The impact test that we have conducted is IZOT impact test, which the specimen is vertically placed and the notch configuration is V-notch. Upon impact, we saw that the specimen is being hit at high speed, which from there we can see the mechanical properties of the specimen. Our specimen shows that it is ductile due to its having a slow crack. The crack is initially started at the notch tip and continued along the specimen length, which show the sensitivity of the notch configuration. As for the conclusion, based on the result that we got, the material for specimen demonstrate a good impact resistance for application, which requiring moderate toughness and resistance against sudden impact. That's it for me. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Fayyad bin Sodar Ziman. My number metric is AA230600. And now I'm going to demonstrate the impact test. The impact test is a standardized method used to determine the amount of energy absorbed by a material during fracture. This test is crucial for assessing the toughness of a material under sudden impact. Here are the detailed procedures for conducting an impact test. Before anything else, we must know the equipment needed to carry out the experiment. Firstly, we need the Charpy impact testing machine. It consists of a pendulum that swings and strikes the specimens. Second, we need the we need the specimen. It typically a rectangular bar of standardized dimension is prepared from the material being tested. Third, we need caliper or micrometer. It is used to measure the dimensions of the specimen. For specimen installation, securely place the specimen into the Charpy impact tester. We must ensure the notch face the striker. We can also need to make sure the specimen is aligned properly with the pendulum swing path. And next, we move on to testing execution. We initiate the test by releasing the pendulum, which swings down and strikes the specimen. The pendulum's impact fractured the specimen and its swings height decreased after the impact. The machine measures and record the energy absorbed by specimen in joules. Okay, we move on to record results. Note that the impact energy absorbed by the specimen as indicated by the pendulum's reduction. We must record any observations such as the type and appearance of the fractured surface. For the post-test analysis, first we must do the fracture examination. We inspect the fractured surface of the specimen to assess characteristics like ductility, brittleness, and the extent of the notch sensitivity. Next, we move on to testing execution. We initiate the test by releasing the pendulum, which swings down and strikes the specimen. The pendulum's impact fractured the specimen and its swings height decreased after the impact. The machine measures and record the energy absorbed by specimen in joules.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Amirul Akmal bin Amran and my number matrix is AA230440, and I will explain about the result that we record from the impact test. There is several types of parameter that we use to record the result. The first one is the length of fracture is equal to 5 mm. Then the width of fracture is equal to 8 mm. The fracture area is equal to 40 mm square. After that, the impact energy is equal to 321.99 joule. The absorbed energy is equal to the 0.32 kilojoule. The fracture area is equal to the 0.04 meter square, and the last one is the impact strength is equal to 8.05 kilojoule per meter square. The specimen we use is polymer. In conclusion, the primary objective of this experiment was to measure the hardness of the materials using the IZOT impact test, which indirectly assesses the material's ability to absorb energy during impact and resist fracture. The energy absorbed by the specimen during the IZOT impact test was recorded, providing an indirect measure of material hardness. Examination of the fracture surface revealed that harder materials tend to exhibit less plastic deformation before fracture, whereas softer materials show more ductility and plastic deformation. Materials with higher impact energy absorption are more suitable for application requiring high hardness and impact resistance, such as cutting tools, construction materials, and wear-resistant components. The IZOT impact test effectively measured the hardness of the material by evaluating their ability to absorb energy during the impact. The finding confirmed that materials with higher energy absorption exhibit greater hardness and toughness. Thank you.
Next, we move on to machine setup. We can set up the Charpy impact testing machine according to the manufacturer's instructions. And we can also ensure the machine is calibrated and adjusted for the expected impact energy range.